Comfortable, please. We'll go ahead and get started here in a minute. There is a sign-in sheet for this special meeting going around. If you wouldn't mind signing in, the document that the fan club or mayor has.
Safe for you.
Okay, I'll call our special council meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everybody to Kane. Some of you have, most of us live here, but some have traveled quite a ways to get here, so it is appreciated. I'm not going to say a whole lot because this isn't about me, it's about our awesome mayor. But just those in the room, we have Senator Chris Dush joining us this evening, much appreciated. Mayor Jim Nowak, President from Pennsylvania State Mayors Association and the Mayor of Whitehall Borough. Also, Mayor Scott Funk and his wife Diane. Scott is the chairman of the Mayor of the Year Committee, which worked to select Mayor Schimp, and he is also the mayor of Manheim Borough. So, thank especially you folks for making the journey up here and joining us this evening to honor our mayor. Next up, I have Melanie Claybaugh. She's our council pro tempore, and she will share the nomination, or at least parts of it, right now.
So most of you know Brandy. You know her list of accomplishments is extremely long, so I have a long letter. And I was toying with, should I summarize it, but I want to read the whole thing if you guys don't mind, because I want to talk about everything that she's done and honor her in the right way. Correct. No? Okay. Borough of Kane Mayor Brandy Schimp has been highly instrumental in the recent revitalization of Kane, which has been attracting the attention of the media and recognized by both state and federal officials, including Senator Bob Casey, SBA Administrator Isabel Guzman, and Governor Josh Shapiro. Because of her efforts and partnerships with federal, state, and local community and economic development groups, businesses, and nonprofit organizations, Kane has progressed to becoming a model and inspiration for rural America. On behalf of the Borough of Kane, I'm nominating Mayor Schimp to receive the Pennsylvania State Mayors Association 2024 Mayor of the Year Award for 3 very important reasons, and they all have supporting bullet points, so please bear with me. Number 1, she inspires a sense of community and community involvement across people of all ages. Over the years, many people have asked Kane representatives about our secret sauce. We think it boils down to a community-wide, unwavering sense of ownership and pride that's instilled in the people here from a young age. Born and raised in Kane, Mayor Schimp knows firsthand how powerful that sense of pride is. Since becoming mayor in 2018, she started several initiatives designed to educate, inspire, and teach our young people how to be vested, involved, and proud community members. Here are just a few examples. In 2023, Mayor Schimp, in collaboration with the Kane Area Elementary School PTO, fully reimagined the school's Christmas store, replacing low-quality plastic products with locally sourced items created by artisans from across the Pennsylvania wilds. This enhancement was designed to promote our local makers and inspire the next generation. Notably, to ensure that no child was left behind, Mayor Schimp also secured a generous donation that allowed each child to receive $5 to spend at the store. To support the creation of the Kane Area Children's Museum, of which Mayor Schimp is a founder, and to pass on her love of the Pittsburgh Marathon, Mayor Schimp worked to get the museum recognized as an official partner of the Pittsburgh Marathon's Run for a Reason, and started the Kane Kids of Steel program in 2024. The program was designed to get our young people moving and raise money for the museum. Over 100 Kane area children from preschool to 5th grade completed 25 hours of training led by Mayor Schimp and other volunteers. 85 children finished their marathon in Pittsburgh during the Children's Mile Run. Because Mayor Schimp understands that financial insecurities might prevent a child from participating in the entire process, she ensured that the registration fee was fully covered and coordinated a free bus to take children to and from the event in Pittsburgh. Mayor Schimp has been a longtime supporter of Care for Kane, which matches volunteers to revitalization projects across our community. She has served on our Care for Kane committee and care board, helping to ensure a successful event which has attracted up to 625 volunteers in one day, year after year. In addition to Care for Kane, Mayor Schimp is passionate about preserving the Enchanted Playground in Evergreen Park, which was constructed by volunteers, including her parents, more than 30 years ago. She believes that this playground serves as an example of community-led investment and preservation that can inspire generations to come. That's reason number one, so. I'm moving on to number two now. Number two, she is an advocate for law enforcement and works to connect them with our community. As the wife of a Pennsylvania State Trooper, Mayor Schimp understands firsthand the responsibilities and pressure put on our local law enforcement and works extremely hard to foster a community-wide understanding of the work and sacrifices they make. In February 2024, Mayor Schimp organized a powerful memorial service to recognize the 25th anniversary of the death of Kane Officer Steve German, who was killed in the line of duty. In addition to Officer German's family, Mayor Schimp secured speeches by those involved in Officer German's case, including the district attorney at the time and acting president judge. She created the perfect environment for citizens to pay their respects and honor his memory. In 2024, Mayor Schimp worked with the Kane Area School District and Kane Police Department to reestablish the DARE drug prevention program for 5th, 8th, and 10th graders. To ensure the safety and security of our students, teachers, and school administration, Mayor Schimp also led the efforts to add a school resource officer employed by the Borough of Kane Police Department into our school buildings for the 23-24 school year and beyond. In addition to these larger scale initiatives, Mayor Schimp has also created opportunities for members of our community to connect one-on-one with law enforcement, including National Night Out, which has been part of our annual calendar the past 6 years, and several Coffee with a Cop and Pizza with a Cop events at the Kane Area Community Center. And then the third reason, so that was a shorter one. Mayor Schimp works to ensure that people, businesses, and communities know they matter. In addition to Senator Casey, SBA Administrator Guzman, and Governor Shapiro, Mayor Schimp is consistently networking with other local, state, and federal officials to try to advance issues faced by members of the Kane community, including advocating for our local businesses, law enforcement, and fire department, and working to secure a reliable broadband connection. She has volunteered her time to counsel other communities looking to Kane as an inspiration, meeting with them to provide advice and guidance. She has served as the commencement speaker for the Kane Area High School and the Northern Pennsylvania Regional College, advocating for mental health as students move forward into their next chapter. Most importantly, Mayor Schimp has consistently worked to let children know they matter. She is known for sending children congratulatory notes after seeing their accomplishments in the paper or thank you cards to youth who attend council meetings. What's listed here really doesn't scratch the surface. Since 2018, Mayor Schimp has donated an insurmountable amount of time, thought, and energy into helping make Kane the wonderful community-focused place it has become. While the reference links, I have links in this letter and everything, above demonstrate local recognition of her efforts, our Borough Council would love to see her recognized at the state level and hope you all see how much she gives to make our town, region, and state a better place.
So not only is Vice President of Communications with Northwest Bank, so that's why I had her involved in that letter writing campaign. I'm just a retired forester. Play to your strength on your team, right? So next up we have Mayor Jim Nowak, President of the State Mayors Association. So, welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, members of council, mayor, officials, employees, and citizens of Kane Borough, guests and visitors. As Tom said, my name is Jim Nowak. I'm the mayor of the Borough of Whitehall, which is a suburb outside the city of Pittsburgh. I also have the privilege of serving as the president of the Pennsylvania State Mayors Association, and it's in that role that I'm here today. The Pennsylvania State Mayors Association is the largest association of mayors in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It is composed of borough mayors, city mayors, and there are some home rule township mayors. As I like to describe it, the PSMA is an organization of mayors, by mayors, and for mayors. It is not affiliated with any municipal association. And it's governed by a 22-member executive board that is headquartered in Allegheny County, which is where most mayors come from. There's, I think, 88 borough mayors and 4 city mayors in Allegheny County. Now, one of the most important functions of our association is to recognize outstanding mayors. We do this with 2 awards. One award is honorary and the other is competitive. Now, the honorary award is the one that the PSMA bestows periodically on mayors who have given many years of service to their municipalities. And actually, it's named the Mayor Abby Montecalvo Award, which I believe is from McCain County, right? Louis Borough was mayor. That's the honorary award. The older competitive award is known as the Mayor of the Year and has been given every year for 36 years to exceptional mayors nominated by their municipalities. Now, the greatest honor that anyone involved in any endeavor can receive, whether that endeavor is in business, the nonprofit sector, or government, is to be recognized by your peers. Who knows better what it takes to be great than those intimately involved with the endeavor? And when the process for determining the honor is competitive, the recognition is even more special. So the Mayor of the Year committee is typically composed of 6 members nominated by the president for approval by the executive board. And because this award is so highly coveted, it is incumbent on me to make certain that the process of selecting the Mayor of the Year is as fair as possible. So to ensure geographic diversity, I nominated 1 mayor from each of the 6 regions of Pennsylvania, recognized by the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development. This year, 2 of the mayors were unable to participate at the last minute, so we sort of have a west, 2 mayors from the west, 2 mayors from the east. 3 are borough mayors, 1 was a city mayor. 3 of the members were on our executive board, 1 was not. And 1 of the members has already received the Mayor of the Year award. So the Mayor of the Year committee received 15 nominations and made their choice. And today with me is Scott Funk, the man on Borough, who will tell you more about the process and represent the award, which was secret on the night of the banquet, but it's not so secret tonight. So, Scott?
Honored to be here this evening. My wife and I traveled up from Manheim, which is in Lancaster County, and Mayor Schimp, I'm going to use your example when she came to the conference to explain where Kane was. She said, for you people that don't know Kane, she put her left hand out. She said, this is the state of Pennsylvania. She said, yeah, Kane is up here. Well, Manheim, we're down here. So I just thought I'd use your thing. But, no, and also, I want to thank you, Melanie, for reading that, the nomination letter. I had to read that the night of the banquet, but I had to edit it because I had any reference to Kane, to Mayor Schimp, to the high school, so it was a little bit choppy. I had to every word, so you did an excellent job with that. Process we go through, on a given year, we usually have 10 to 15 nominations that we go through and we have to read. Some of them are just one page. We've had one that's been 17 pages. You know, so you never know. You're just kind of in the middle, so you're good. But sometimes it's very difficult. You know, we have a couple, and it's tough to choose one. And we debate back and forth. We all read them, then we get together on Zoom. And sometimes it takes 10, 15 minutes. Other times we've been over a half hour. We've been going back and forth. And this year, luckily, we have ones that jump out occasionally and that just stand out from all the other ones and make it easy. When I said, I'll say this year was one of the easy ones. And I can tell by the citizens here that came out tonight in support of your mayor. It came across, you know, in the nomination letter, and come up here to see this support. You know, we really appreciate it. On average, at our council meetings, I don't know how it is up here. You know, we have, if we have 4 or 5 people, that's average. If we get 10, it's like, what's going on? you know, we don't know. You know, we did have, you know, like I said, sometimes our meetings only last 45 minutes an hour. We've had 3-hour meetings with 250, 300 people. You know, depending what the topic is. You know, it changes and then it kind of calms down. So, but getting back to the mayor here. The night we had our conference in Johnstown, it was in July, and she wasn't scheduled to come down, so we had to figure out how we can get her down to the conference without her knowing what it is. So we worked with Tom here to how to do a little white lie. We said that we'd like all the finalists to show up at the meeting. Yeah, that's how we got down. They came down, and I know as I was reading the nomination letter, probably within the first couple sentences, I think you probably figured it out that it was you. We tried to keep it, you know, the suspense for everybody else. But we were so glad that she could make it down. Sometimes it is very difficult if the mayor isn't coming to the conference, you know, to get them down there. You know, so she came down, and like I said, through the letter going back, you can see, and you guys get to experience it every day. We got to experience it through the letter, meeting her, and I can tell just by meeting her and her husband and stuff. You have an excellent mayor up here. You should be very proud of her. So at this time, you want to come here with me also, Jim, present this? On behalf of the Pennsylvania State Mayors Association, we would like to honor Mayor Schimp as the Mayor of the Year of Pennsylvania.
Thank you. Next up, like I said, Senator Chris Dush has joined us, has a citation for the mayor to honor her as well.
Thanks, Tom. You know, in the Senate, I've been on the local government committee and local government commission for even back when I was in the House. And it's because I'm very interested in taking care of our local governments. And I have to say that of the 7 counties, I have 7 of the 67 counties, there's one mayor who stands out above them all. And that's Mayor Brandy Schimp. People who know me know I don't blow smoke. So I am very straightforward. Melanie talked about the ownership and pride mentality in this borough. That is so true. But what makes a leader is someone who knows how to capitalize on that. Someone who knows how to grab hold of it and build on it. Brandy knows how to do that. She not only knows how to do it, she knows how to find others who are inspirational leaders. Well, I'm sitting right here. She knows how to care about her police and fire. She knows how to inspire people about the youth, the people who in the community are disadvantaged, and mobilize the community in the way that we are meant to do as a community. That finding other inspirational leaders and the ability to get them all onto a bunch of different teams is something that's very unique. She stands out statewide. Like I said, the committees I'm on, we deal with issues statewide and local governments. She deserves this. I'm not going to read over this whole thing, but on behalf of the Senate, we'd love to recognize people that have earned this type of recognition, and believe me, you've earned it. God bless you.
Hey, good evening. This is definitely, I think, a record for our council attendance, at least since I've been here. So we're excited to see so many of you, so many of my family in the whole back row almost. Pack them in. So I'm going to read probably directly from this because I'm a little bit overwhelmed with all the support. So anyway, I'm just going to read right from here. So thank you so much for being here, and especially those who've traveled so far to be with us tonight. I want to begin by expressing my gratitude for council for your nomination of me, and to the Pennsylvania State Mayor's Association for this humbling award. When I was presented this award back in July, I was so shocked that I'm not even sure what I said. So when they told me that they'd be coming to Kane to present again, I thought, oh, perfect. I have time to gather my thoughts and say something much more intelligent than what came out that night. So I've had a couple of months to write this, but every time I sat down, I was afraid that I would leave someone out, because there are so many that deserve to be thanked. I really don't feel that I'm Mayor of the Year because of anything I've ever done on my own. In fact, I can't think of one thing that I've done as mayor that didn't involve the help, support, encouragement from somebody else. Any successes that I've been a part of are a direct result of some kind of collaboration, no matter how large or how small, and all those relationships deserve recognition. And while I'm afraid to name them all out for fear of accidentally leaving someone out, there's a couple that I do want to specifically thank. The first up is God. I start each morning with a prayer before I open my eyes. I give thanks and I pray for guidance and pray that I can go into the day and do better than I did the day before. It sets the tone for the person that I want to be before I even get out of bed. And I'm not saying I hit the mark every day. I oftentimes fall short, but at least I make an honest effort in the morning. Next up is my husband. If you know him, you know I'm not lying or exaggerating when I say he works harder than anyone I know. Even though his work is constant, intense, and filled with life and death decisions daily, he has never once, not even once, not supported this effort. In fact, he, along with Krista Jamerson, is how this whole thing got started. So if you aren't familiar with that story, just know that he gave Krista the green light to tell the Facebook world that I was running for mayor as a write-in candidate. So imagine scrolling social media and seeing that. I was like, oh, okay, wow, this is really happening. This is what we're doing now. Okay, so thank you for that. But he believed in me before I believed in myself, and I think he's been the best first man of Kane that this town has ever seen, even if he is in fact the only first man of Kane. You're doing a great job. I also want to thank our 3 kids, Henry, Ev, and Soph, kind of spread out over there. They've been as much as a part of this journey as anyone. They've shared their mom with Kane nearly all their lives with little complaint. And they're some of my biggest cheerleaders, daily inspirations. Love you guys. And without my mom and stepdad's continuous support, the Schimp household would have fallen into disarray years ago. So Grammy and Papa step in and step up so Lance and I can go out and do all the work that we do. My aunts and uncles, my cousins and friends, I can't tell you how many times I've reached out in a panic at the 11th hour and they've always stepped in to help. I also want to extend my appreciation to our babysitters and Kids Learning Center. For years I've been able to leave our kids to attend a variety of events, and I can do that because I know that our kids are in good hands. And without them, my attendance at events would be minimal at best. I also want to thank our council and office teams, both past and present. When I first took office, I went to a borough a boot camp for newly elected officials, and I came back with pages and pages of questions for Dawn and Lori, who both couldn't have been more helpful. I had very, very little understanding of local government, and they, along with so many others on our team, were instrumental in helping me learn. Mel and Tom have been here the whole time and are amazing resources as well. I want to thank our police department, our fire department, our streets department, all over right there, and our Parks Commission, again, both past and present, for all that they do for our community and for always saying yes whenever I ask for things such as helping with our Kids versus First Responders Nerd Corps, the Officer Steve German Memorial Event, National Night Out, and the like. Our service organizations and clubs, our churches, our local, state, and federal representatives, our local businesses and entrepreneurs, our industries and outdoor economy, our regional partners, our school district and hospital, the surrounding communities, and other mayors. Thank you for what you've contributed here. There's a reason that Kane is noticed, and you are all a part of this award. And speaking of Kane being noticed, I think it's worth mentioning that over the last several years, I've been asked the same question over and over and over. And it sounds something like, what is it that sets Kane apart and makes it so special? And my answer has always been the people. But to some people that just sounds cliche and nondescript. So I've really been thinking about what is it that makes Kane so special, and what is it that makes the people here so special? And I think we can boil it down to one thing. It kind of is where Melanie was at. And I believe that while others might throw money at projects, we throw people. Nearly everything that begins in Kane begins at a volunteer-driven level. When you think back on all the amazing things that have happened here, they started with the people here, and not money. So Evergreen Enchanted Playland, as Melanie mentioned, did it start with a pile of money? Mom, did it? I assume not. No, it started with caring adults coming together to give generations of Kane children a place to have creative outdoor play. Did the OG Crawford Amphitheater come to fruition because CARE had money burning a hole in its pocket? No, you know that's not true. No, it came together from individuals volunteering years of time and efforts to build an outdoor community venue. How about our incredible trail system? Is that because you don't have anything else to do? Somebody said do it. How about the amazing work that our historical society does? That building did not save itself. It took dedicated volunteers. And the pumpkin walk this weekend. Or how did the Kane Area Children's Museum begin? Because somebody handed us a check? No, again, it's all volunteer driven. And although we may not produce results overnight, we produce results that last. And one could argue, but isn't money great? And coming from someone who's written more grants than she can count, you bet it is. So if any of those organizations you want to donate to, that's fine too. But isn't it amazing that we don't sit around and wait for it to fall out of the sky? We aren't just sitting here idly waiting for someone to save us. We have an idea and we begin to execute. Money is great, but people are the real drivers of any project. And Kane people are the roll up your sleeves, give us a hammer, lead by example people. They're generous with their time and their talent people. And it's not just the large organized groups of people who are making things happen here. It's people like Tammy Barr, who wanted veteran sons on street poles. She made it happen. Ben Asel wanted 4th of July fireworks at Glenwood. He made it happen. Kim and Bill Giacchetti wanted to light up the park at Evergreen for Christmas. Guess what? They made it happen. So throughout my years as mayor, Kate, also known as my partner in crime, and I have spent several hours visiting with other communities and explaining how things happen here. And so I really began to see the prominent role of our volunteers that we have. And when you have that sense of community and pride in place, you feel excited and empowered to make changes. Our volunteers aren't motivated by money or power, they're motivated by the cause. And it makes all the difference. Even our youth are involved, with a significant amount of them participating year after year in Care for Kane, even after graduation. Right, boys? So, isn't that inspiring? Isn't it motivating? Don't you think that's what makes Kane so special? Because I do. And because of this and all of you, my job as mayor is fun, exciting, and extremely rewarding. When the idea of me was first tossed around, I thought, okay, go to ribbon cuttings, shake hands, kiss babies, that's what you do, right? Seemed reasonable. But these last almost 7 years have proved me very wrong. I had no clue what this role had entailed and where it would take me, from visits to Harrisburg, visits to the White House, to hosting dignitaries and others at home. It's been an honor to share the stories of the community in northwestern rural Pennsylvania and help others reimagine what they think when they hear the word rural. And during these visits, I'm often met with wide eyes when I tell people that since 2017, over 40 new businesses have opened and stayed open in Kane. Our existing businesses continue to grow and expand, and our long-term businesses do the same. We have a school district willing to reinvest in our campuses for the betterment of our youth. We have a Main Street that's not only alive, but it's vibrant and full of people. Our hospital is still here, which is a huge win for rural, and it's strong, and it was one of the first ones to build the PA Rural Health Model. Our Lutheran home is breaking ground next Monday on a new dementia unit. Our trail is part of a 74-mile trail ending at the Kinzu Bridge, and we are home to the first commercial retrofit passive house building in North America, which you are standing in tonight. So, and last but certainly not least, I'm so grateful for the decades and decades of work that have been done by so many before me, especially for those who laid the groundwork for someone who grew up here in the 80s. They probably had no idea that what they were doing was creating a sense of community for a little girl. One she felt safe in, she felt a part of, and felt like she belonged to. They probably had no idea that they were creating a future mayor. Growing up in Kane, I knew that there was something special, and I always knew this is where I wanted to be, where I wanted to raise a family, and where I'd hope to give back someday. So with that, let's keep it going. Let's give the same to the next generations to come. The work that we do today matters, the decisions that we make today matter, and the actions that we choose today matter. So thank you again to the Pennsylvania State Mayors Association for this recognition, and thank you to the citizens of Kane for trusting me with this office. I'm grateful for the times you cheer me on, I'm grateful for the times you hold my feet to the fire, and I'm truly thankful to serve and represent Kane, Pennsylvania, our starting voice.
As we often say, wow, we are blessed here in Kane to have our mayor, and thanks for coming out to celebrate her with us. I'm sure she's inspiring future mayors as well, so keep taking that torch and carry it to the next generation. Speaking of celebrating our mayor, I understand a few folks are going to celebrate our mayor right down the street here at Table 105. So after our regular council meeting, I plan on joining up with you and toast you this evening. So the mayor's not going to be joining us for our regular meeting. I have excused her since she has a great audience here and wants to spend time, cherished time with your friends and family. So I'll adjourn this meeting and we'll take a little break. One other thing tonight, Chief Boyer, or Chief of Police, has brought our brand new police vehicle. Is that parked right out front, Chief? So if folks would like to go down, maybe now while we clear the room and kind of get things ready for our regular council meeting, Chief would be thrilled to show people a new F-150 set up for our police department. So, again, our honored guests, thanks for joining us. Thanks for recognizing what we have here as a gem in our leadership. One of my mentors who passed this summer had a saying: "There's 3 types of people in the world: those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those that throw their hands up and say, 'What the hell happened?'" Brandy's one of those that makes things happen. So thanks for being